Hello friends, welcome to SATI Learning Unlock Possibilities. Today we will learn how to build, run and continuously deploy Docker containers to Azure App Service. Let's go to the lab. So I have created a notes for today tutorial so I can share with you. So first we need to create a resource group SATI container registry. So I have created the resource group in East US. So the next step is we need to create container registries in Azure portal. So we will go to container registries. We will create one container registries. So I am selecting the existing resource group. So I will provide so it should be unique one. For example, like if you provide prod, so it will say like it's already used, so it should be globally unique. So the location should be same as resource group. So I'm using the standard one. Networking, so there is no change required because we are using general purpose access. It's a free tier actually. So I will keep all other properties as it is, and I will create. So it's deploying the container registry. So it's created. So we'll go to access keys and we will enable the admin user. So copy the register name SATICON and login server and the username and password. Password is encrypted one. So they have provided two password. So if one password is known by others, then we can use the second password. So when we delete this resource container, so all the user ID and password will also be deleted. So now I have the source code in below directory. So let's walk through the code quickly. So this is the Docker file. I'm using Alpine OS. So let's see like what is Alpine OS. So Alpine is a Linux distributed based lightweight operating system. It can be deployed over the container. So like it's developed by Alpine Linux development team. So its OS family is Linux. So like you can check in Wikipedia and get basic details about this. So it's very small actually, so that like we can run in our terminal. So the work directory is user/app, and I'm copying the code and I'm installing this Alpine server and I'm starting this. So this is the package.json. So when I create this project, I will create this package.json. So like here I have provided app.js as a start one. So here I have provided my GitHub URL and I have provided my username, author name. So it's very simple one. and we have config.js. So here I have provided the port number and app.js. So I have calling this config method. So then I am sending this text to the web server. So and it's listening to the port which is there in the config file actually. So it's very simple application. So let's go and run this application in our Docker. Then we will deploy in Azure. So DAR. So we have the files here. So before that, like we need to ensure the Docker is running in our local terminal. So it's starting actually. So the next step is we will run Docker images to see like what are the existing Docker images. So if Docker is not started, we will get the error. So the Docker is started and there is no containers and images in this Docker. So Docker is running. So let's go to the next step. So like this is the image pull of the Alpine OS into the Docker. So this step is not required because like we have mentioned so installing the Alpine operating system, Linux based operating system in our Docker file. So the next step is like I am building this Docker. So like Docker build -t saticon azure cr.io. So like here I have provided the name as the registry name. So like it will be useful like when we are continuously deploying our Docker code into the Azure. So like here I am giving the folder name which I created in my terminal. So and I am giving the latest as the version name, and so the dot is the current directory. So it will take the source code from the current directory. So let's go and run this command cls. So it's installing the Alpine in Docker container. So it's downloading, extracting and installing. So 4 step is completed out of 5. So you wait for a second. So like you no need to worry about this deprecation because like I have updated the Docker in my terminal yesterday, so that like we are getting this error. So this is security warning. So let's go and check the Docker. So we have the node created Alpine and we have the container the source code. So the images are created successfully. So let's clear the screen. So now I will run the Docker command in my terminal. So I'm using the 8080 port for the local host. So 3000 is the external port. So it's giving error like ports are not available. So I will check this. So the problem here is 8080 port number is used for Jenkins, which I have it in my terminal. so we need to use some other port number for this. So let's try to change this. So I'm changing this to 8081 and I will run this command. So probably it should work actually. So 8081 is working. So like when we are providing this port number, we need to check our terminal. So if we are using any Tomcat server or any other server, so the port number should not clash with other servers. So I'm giving localhost 8081. So SATI laning Docker continuous integration and continuous deployment Azure version 2. So let's check with our code. Yeah, so the version 2 is working. So now our code is ready to deploy in Azure portal. So let's go to the next step. So this is success. So now we need to go to log Azure and registry from terminal, and like we need to log in actually. So this is the step. So let's clear the screen. Like we are logging in Azure container registries from our terminal. So this is the step, like Docker login. So this is the container registry name which we created here. So like we can go and double check in our container registries overview. So this is the login server. So let's log into the container registries using Docker command. So it's doing authentication. We need to provide the username. Username is SATI container, and we can give any of the use password, so which is encrypted one. I have already copy pasted. So if it's successfully logged in, we are going in right direction. Login is success, so we are going in right direction. So now we need to go and check container registry. So what is the code we have? So we will not have any code actually. So we'll go to services repositories. So there is no code available in our repository. So let's push our code into the container registry. So as I have created the similar kind of container in Docker, so it's easy for the naming convention. So like the Docker push, so we need to provide the registry name, and then we need to provide the container name, and the latest is the version. So the similar one I'm using in my terminal also, so that like it's easy for the naming convention and understanding. So I'm pushing the code from Docker to the registries. So it's preparing the push. So it will take only a few seconds. So as its code is moving from our terminal to the Azure registries, which is in US, so it will take some time and there will be some latency. So we need to be very patient and we need to wait for the job to complete. So as it's a small project, it won't take much time. So the Docker push from the terminal to Docker registries is completed. So this is the size of the code. So let's go and check the Docker registries now. So now in the services we have repositories. So we have the repository Docker Azure container. So here we have the latest version. So we have the creation date and platform. So we can get all the details. So the next step is to create the web app and select our Docker registries and deploy our code actually. So let's go to the Azure. App services. So we'll create the web application here. So I have provided like SATI web. So we'll use the same one. So I'm selecting the existing resource group. So this should be unique actually. So like if we give prod or like some other values, so it will be already used by someone. So we should use the unique one. And so when we are publishing the code, so we need to select the Docker container. So as we are not deploying our code actually, so we are pushing the code from Docker container. So I'm using the Linux OS. So region I'm selecting East US. And so in defaultly it's selected the premium size. Now let's go and change this to the free one. So as I'm using free trial for 1 year, so we need to use the free one, otherwise like we need to pay. So for the usage of the container. So next section is to go to the Docker. So here we have the options simple Docker and Docker composite preview. So we'll use the simple container. And quick start, Docker container registry, Docker hub and private registry. So we have deployed the registry in Azure container. So we are selecting this. So yes, we have only one registry. So we are defaultly it's loaded. So Docker image is one and the tag is the latest tag. So startup command, we can provide any startup command based on our requirement. So next go to monitoring. So there is no change required. Go to tags. So we can give tags for identifying our web application and building purpose for future reference. So now validation is passed. Let me create the web application. So it should take the code and run the code from our repositories, Azure repositories. So it will take some time. So let me pause the video and come back. So the deployment is completed. Let's go to the resource. So the status is running. So this is the URL. Let's run this URL in new tab. So we should get the application running. So based on our internet speed, so we'll get the response very fast. So we got the output SATI learning, Docker, continuous integration and continuous deployment, Azure version 2. So now what we have done is, so we have created a Docker in our terminal and we have pushed the repositories into Azure and we created a web application in Azure and we have mapped that repository into the web application. So it's working actually. So now we will go to continuous integration and continuous deployment part. So we need to enable the continuous integration and continuous deployment in our web apps. So let's go to the web apps and we'll go to the container settings. So we have the continuous deployment off. I will change this to on, and I will save these changes. See, now we can see the log actually. So the log is it's pulling the Docker, so pulling the image from the Docker. So we can see here. So it's pulling the Docker image, and its download is completed, and it's verifying the checksum, and it's extracting the file, and pull is completed. So it's starting the container for site. So it's running the Docker command. So like we can see the Docker run command. So it's using the port 80. Okay, so then like here we can check the we can show this in URL actually. So copy this and we can check the login new one. So now we have enabled the continuous integration and deployment in web apps. So now what we will do is like we will update our app.js. So what I am doing is like I am changing from version 2 to version 3, and I am saving the file. So now we need to build the Docker in our terminal, so that like it will be ready for pushing into the Docker repositories. So I am building actually in our terminal, so there is no other changes required. So once this step is completed, we need to push our Docker to the Azure repositories. So once the push is completed, as we have enabled the CA and DA in web apps, so it will automatically recognize the new source update, and it will make the changes in the web server. It will quickly restart the web server. So it's completed. So now clear the screen and push our code into Docker repositories. So it's preparing. So it's only uploading the changes. So it's completed. So now we will go and check our log again. So the log is loading. So now we can see the changes. So the new changes are deployed. So now we can see like the new changes are deployed. So the timestamp we can get the detail. So now let's go and run this updated code. So now we can see like version 3 is updated. So that's it actually. So in our lab, so let's quickly go through the step quickly. So create the resource group and create the container repositories, and using the same container repositories we will build the Docker in our local terminal, and test it in our local terminal. So once it's completed, then we have to push our code into Docker repositories. So once it is successful, then we need to create the web application and configure the Docker container. Sorry, not Docker container, Docker repositories. So once it's done, then we need to check the URL it's working or not. So after that, so we need to update the continuous integration and continuous deployment in web apps, and we need to push our code into Docker repositories, so it will automatically recognize and update the code in our web application. So in this way, like we can as a developer and deployer, so it's very easy for us to push our code into production. Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe my YouTube channel, and please like and share with your friends. And if you have any comments, please share. And so if you need any video on Azure or AWS or project management or Java, so any technologies, so please post me in the comments, so I will create a video and share with you. Thanks for watching Saty Learning. Unlock possibilities.